Hello Virgo, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Virgo, how you doing? I hope you're having a great weekend. Thanks so much for clicking here. We've got an assortment of oracles. We're going to look at these for the overall feel for the week ahead, Virgo. And then we're going to throw some tarot on it. We're going to get some details and find out what's going on for you, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And at the end of this video, I will talk about the extended, if you're interested in that. I'll also talk about private readings if you're interested in that. We start with finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. Now look, I never met a Virgo who didn't have very deep sort of psychic energy, but y'all just don't want to play with it. Like you are, some of you are in denial. I feel like somebody here is going to be opening up to their spiritual source. So look, we do have this full moon coming up on Sunday, and I feel like somebody here is about to get a software upgrade. That's what it feels like, opening to your spiritual source. You're reaching above the clouds, beyond the clouds and the mountaintops, my friend, is what it looks like. Finding sanctuary there. Tell me more. We've got a firm foundation. So I feel like for you coming up in the week ahead that you are firming up your some sort of spiritual foundation, whatever that means for you, my friend. Whether you are Wicca or you are somebody who is religious and follow a text, or if you are spiritual, I feel like you're firming up some sort of a spiritual foundation as you go forward into the week ahead here. I think this is going to be your solace, where you're going to find most stability while things are a little bit wild. In the eclipse energies on Sunday, we have let spirit be your guide. Well, it looks like we've got a bit of a theme, right? Let spirit be your guide. I feel, Virgo, that I'm probably speaking to someone who is someone who's been feeling in lack, or feeling like you are maybe feeling a little lost, possibly. It could be that, but it feels like let spirit guide you, the firm foundation, and this finding sanctuary and opening to your spiritual source. It does feel like you are being cracked open. Somebody here is going through some sort of a spiritual awakening. You're going to figure out that you're going to get stability, the most stability you've ever had, through the spiritual path you're following, whatever path that is for you. We have card number 32, which is a 5, and it tells me somebody has been lacking in this area, or that maybe you've been feeling a little bit lost. You're about to get back on track as you get more stability through your spiritual practices, whatever your spiritual practices are, my friend. Let's get one more card on the table, and then we'll get to some tarot. We've got be open to change. Well, that sort of tells a story then, doesn't it? Like, be open to changing your mind. And you're a mutable sign, so you're going to be open to changing your mind more than, say, a Taurus. I feel like with this, it says here, be receptive to new experiencing. Change leads to growth. It feels like you're going to be going through some sort of spiritual upgrade or a spiritual change. And so let's look at the bottom here, because the bottom of the deck is always the future energy for me. This is what comes after the week ahead. We've got Wondrous Universe, Walk in Beauty. So it does feel like it feels like the Emperor's got a new groove, I want to say. It feels like somebody here, like we've got the Wondrous Universe, right? And this person is all, they're in this outfit. Oh, Saturn's here, right? Saturn's moving around right now. I think it's supposed to be moving back into Pisces, but it's moving around right now. We've got a full moon here. And so we've got full moon and Saturn, which is making its move. Walk in beauty. And I feel like this wondrous universe stuff is telling me that you're about to figure out the wonders of the universe in a very much more deeper way than before. I think it's going to expand your horizons and make you get out of the box that you've been in. So I don't know if you're going to introduce yourself to something new, like maybe breath work, or maybe meditation, or maybe a new set of scriptures or something like that. But it feels like there is going to be something that you've never seen before that is going to be beautiful, that you're going to say, oh, that's what that's for. We've got new beginnings here. We are in a time of new cycles. Bottom of the deck, we also have learn from the past. I really love this reading, Virgo. I really love this. Card 25 is a 7. And for me, 7s are heaven. And so with elephants here, it's like elephants are good omens when they show up. I think in the Indian culture, I think that the elephant represents all kinds of goodness, right? Good things like change. And yes, like, Ganesh is sort of looks kind of like this, but I feel like there is change coming, but I feel like it's really good change. And the reason that you can move forward is because you've learned from the past. Card number 25 is a 7. I feel like the universe is teaching you a lesson coming up in the week ahead. And it's because you've learned the lesson from the past that you're able to move to the future. We've got pay attention. That's what was on the bottom of the deck. It says, look out for signs from the divine. Acknowledge red flags. All right. Look out for red flags. Acknowledge signs from the divine. I think I'm supposed to say that over again. Acknowledge signs from the divine, because I feel like this week is going to be one of those divine weeks where you see something you hadn't seen before or feel something you hadn't felt before. For those of you who are feelers, right? Like, I'm an energy reader. I usually get upgraded softwares around the full moons. So maybe you're going to be seeing things now that you didn't see before, or feeling things that you never felt before. All right, tell me what else is going on here. We've got the 6 of Cups. You know what it is? It's the unfolding of you is what it feels like here, Virgo. It feels like you are unfolding into a remembering of who you are, because that's what we're here for, right? It's not that we are here to push forward and learn new things. What we're doing is we're remembering the things that we came here with. So it is like an unfolding is what it feels like. We've got Temperance and the firm foundation. That is a firm foundation. A firm foundation that is solid, that is healed or healing. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Very interesting. So we have let spirit be your guide. Look, I don't know if I could say it any louder. It's screaming at you to listen to your intuition. Because I feel like the Queen of Cups is the one with the highest intuitive or psychic energy besides Scorpio, right? But of course, we're in a general reading, so this is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. It says here, be open to change. And I kind of love that it's come up with the Queen of Swords here, being open to change, because the Queen of Swords has some pretty high boundaries, but is also going to be very, very honest and truthful, and is going to liberate themselves. And so when things do begin to change, I feel like you begin to liberate yourself, and you begin to speak the truth honestly with the people around you who maybe in the past you felt that you could not speak up against or to. Like, maybe you're just going to say it honestly now, and maybe before you felt like you couldn't. Excuse me. Or you felt like you shouldn't. The Queen of Swords is an energy of being truthful and honest, even when people become uncomfortable. It is not the purpose of the Queen of Swords in the upright to be cantankerous, angry, or speak ill of others. This Queen of Swords is somebody who's just being honest, and the honesty that this person says because they have now stood up and said something is going to be uncomfortable, because we live in a world where people don't like the truth. They would rather have the wool over their eyes. They would rather have the rosy colored glasses on and not hear the truth. But at the end of the week here, you are the truth talker. Tell me about the 6 of Cups, because it says here, finding sanctuary. So I feel like this is opening to your spiritual source. And I feel like this is something, like I said, it's the unfolding, because this could be last life, right? The 6 of Cups. This could be something from your childhood. Like, when I look back, I was a kid that could always see around corners. And even my parents' friends would ask me questions about things that I knew and why I knew the things I did. I've always had the ability to give people answers or let them know what was going to happen in the future, and they didn't see it before I did. And so I feel like this is the opening of some sort of source for you, a spiritual source, and you are realizing that this is something that has always been with me. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Look, you're moving forward And although it feels like things are changing, what I want to say is we've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo energy. It's taken you a long time to get here to the precipice of change, but I feel like it's destiny. We're talking about destiny. And so I feel like it's the unfolding. I'm looking at a lotus flower. I'm doing this because the lotus flower is opening, and you're in the center here, Virgo. You're in the center of it all, and it's all changing, and it's supposed to, because it's time for you to open up to your spiritual source here. We've got, and even if you are opened up to your spiritual source, you're going to open up even more. So you're going to have some sort of an ascension here. We've got the Seven of Cups, and we have the Hierophant. Well, there we go. That's what it says. It says here that you become the spiritual teacher. I think that whatever confusion you've had about whatever path you're on, it feels like that comes to clarity, because beyond the clouds, there's clarity. It feels like whatever you've been thinking, yes, you're correct. That you do have psychic energy, yes. That you do have intuitive, empathic energies. That you can read somebody walking in the door. That the reason that you sit in the corner and watch everybody at the party is because it's all very overwhelming. You're taking in all the energies. So I feel like this confusion or this illusion that you actually didn't have the psychic energy is what is coming crashing to the ground here. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is here to remind you of your destiny and what is about to unfold from here. You are somebody who I feel is able to stand solid in the storm. No matter what comes your way, you're able to keep your solid structure that you've built. And I feel like the Hierophant is telling me, spiritual teacher, that you will become clear that the reason why you've had such a hard life or a rough path is because it was all making you into this spiritual teacher. Oh, Virgo. I don't think I said happy birthday. Happy birthday, friend. Well, there you go. Happy birthday. You're now the Hierophant. We've got the Nine of Wands. We've got the King of Wands. And we've got the Three of Pentacles. Well, I really love this, because when Temperance is here, it's because you have figured out your alchemy, Virgo. And what are you alchemizing? The Nine of Wands. I'm no longer going to be in this place where I feel like I'm burnt out or I can't do it, or I'm the one that always has got to be resilient because it's not going to turn out the way I wanted it to. I feel like you have more knowledge than that now because the King of Wands is here. It feels like with the King of Wands, you now have the wisdom of knowing how to go out and get what you want without taking too much risk. Now, the King of Wands is still going to risk, but is going to take educated risk, because the king cannot put the entire kingdom at risk because they want to risk a little bit to go get something that they want, something that they're very passionate about. But the King of Wands is also inspiration. So I feel like you're inspired to build a really firm foundation. And we've got firm foundation, right? This card number 4 here. But we also have the Three of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. And Capricorn is the one who's the best planner. It's the CEO of the astrology wheel, right? Of all of the signs, Capricorn is like the CEO, is the one who has all the planned from here to there. So I feel like you're planned now to, like, inspired to plan to get a more of a firm foundation in your spiritual practices, because I feel like now you realize that this is your calling, or that this is what is unfolding for you, that you literally are the alchemist, that you've taken the pain of your life and you've turned it up. You've turned up the volume here, and it's, oh boy, the Tower's here. So things are shifting. So you've become the alchemist. And the reason that you've been given so much pain or hardship is because it was given to you so you could alchemize it into foundation, into passion. We've got the Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. Let your intuition, your psychic energy, your vibrational energy, you might have a water placement, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. We do have the Three of Wands. We have the Lover's energy, and then we have the Knight of Wands. So it does feel like here that letting Spirit be your guide is Spirit is going to guide you to making the choices in your life that you need for your future. So the Lovers is a choice, and I feel like although we could be talking about soulmate or love. I think that's included in the choices that you will make. But I feel like this card here of let spirit be your guide, I feel like you are being leveled up spiritually so you can be sensitive enough to follow spirit, to allow spirit to lead you on your destined path. So the Three of Wands is here, and what's coming in the future is the Lovers. A choice is showing up for you. This is your choice, right? It's, oh yes, what is that? Let it rain. It is a cross. It's not a cross. It is a choice. What does she say? And who is that? Melissa. Dang. It's not a cross. It is a choice. I cannot help but hear his voice. I only wish that I could listen without pain. Okay, let it rain. Melissa. Oh gosh. She's a singer from the 80s. If you Google those lyrics, you will find the song. It's a beautiful song. So I want to say that this is not something that you have to feel like you have to do traditionally. This is something that you are doing looking on the outside, looking in. It feels like that you're doing it for yourself. The Knight of Wands is here because you're brave. So I think you're turning away from tradition. You might come from a long line of religious people and you've decided you're going to be spiritual, or you've decided you're going to practice Wicca, or you've decided whatever it is. But it feels like it's not a cross. It is a choice, and I cannot help but hear his voice. I only wish I could listen without pain. So I'm going to say that your decision is going to be a hard one. And now I see why the Queen of Swords is here. Be open to change because you're about to liberate yourself. You're about to take a path that no one else is taking, my friend. And it's been unfolding since you were a child. But I feel like you have been told what to do or how to do it, or you must believe the traditions of the people that came before you. And I don't think you're here for that. I think that you're here to do what you're supposed to do. I think that you're here to do what you are destined to do, and not what other people want you to do. We've got the Ace of Cups. That's what's going to open up the heart space. Look at this. When you decide to be open to change and you decide to stand up and liberate yourself from the traditions of your forefathers or the traditions of the people that came before you, you're here as the chain breaker. You're here as someone who's to put up the wall and say, no, we're not coming from this anymore. We're not doing the traditional things. Because maybe for you, the traditional things were, I came from a family of pain. I came from a family of hardship, maybe from poverty, maybe from anger or addiction. Like, it feels like you are breaking chains. You're here to be the chain breaker. And I feel like you're going to be leveling up in your spiritual life because it's time for you to be brave enough to drop the burdens that have been things that have been burdening you. I feel like you've been trying to fit into someone else's box for a while, but the only way that you can be happy in this heart space is by liberating yourself and speaking your truth. Wowzers. I didn't expect it's going to be that big. That's pretty damn big, Virgo. You're here with the big energy today. Let's put down some cards and talk about the extended. Let's find out what we're going to talk about in the extended. Of course, we're going to clarify all of this because there's a lot to say here, but we've got more energies here. Something's going to become clear to you, Virgo, very clear, that you must disappoint the people in your life who just expected you to blindly follow whatever it is that they were doing. It feels like you have to end something or bring something to a painful end, and people are going to feel like you betrayed them, like you betrayed your bloodline, like you betrayed the people that came before you. Did Grandpa come from the old country just so you could become a spiritual woo-woo? Like, it feels like people are not going to be happy with the decision that you make, but you have such great clarity, like such great clarity. Let me just say it slowly. Great clarity. But look, the dragonfly is there. And that is somebody, like when we see dragonflies, it's because somebody is with you from the other side. And so I really feel like clarity is coming from the other side. And your ancestors are asking you to please be brave. Come from the war. Come from the fight. And then move forward. Move forward to your victory and your success. Wow. Wowzers. That's some kind of reading. I'm just saying. We've got the death card in the reverse. I feel like you've been sidestepping this for a while because you don't want to break any hearts. You don't want to be seen as the person who's the betrayer. But I feel like this death card tells me, yep, you are going to take a leap of faith. You've been stepping around it for too long and avoiding the transformation. And I feel like the transformation is coming. You're about to be pushed off the edge, my friend, with the Fool here. And you don't want to look a fool, but guess what? The Fool is not a choice. The only choice you have when it comes to the major arcanas is how you're going to deal with it when it goes down. Shit's going to go down and you got to learn how to deal with it, my friend. But you are falling into a stable nest. Look, you're being caught. There's a nest here. You're going to be caught in the net. I'm telling you. The universe is not gonna bail on you. We're gonna go to the extended. If you want to come here and watch the rest of this be clarified, then please look at the top of the pinned comment at the top of all the comments under the video. You will see there that there is a link to the membership area if you want to go there and look at all of the extendeds, or you can purchase this one outright if you're interested in that. Also, there is a link there to Hypsee if you want to go look at my pricing. I do have private readings that are available right now, pre-recorded readings, but also live readings. You can go look at all of that information, my schedule, how to sign up. You will get a discount just for booking the appointment, anywhere between 5 and 75% off. I'm going to go to the extended, and if I see you there, that's lovely. And if I don't, that's okay, because I'll be back, because I'm always back. Take care, Virgo. Take care. Bye-bye.